What's up guys, Jake Lowry here, and today we're gonna see if Google will actually help us catch fish. So here in Texas, it has really transitioned in the fall. It went from being 100 degrees every day to now it's like 75 degrees every day, and in the mornings and at night, it's really cooled off. Because the season's changed, I'm gonna just do a quick Google search and see what baits are working in the fall, and we'll see if those baits work and if it's actually a legitimate strategy to catch fish. All right, so I got my phone on with Google open, and I'm just gonna take a quick little search. What are the best baits for October? So the best lure to use in October is the spinner bait. So let's see if there's a second best lure to use in October, and we'll use both of them. So here again, I'm seeing jigs, crawl baits, crankbaits, spinner baits. That's gonna be the strategy today. I'm gonna use a spinner bait on my spinning rod, and then I'm also gonna use a crankbait on my bait caster, and we're gonna see if that Google tip actually helps. So I'm at this local pond that's about 20 minutes away from my house, and it's a really heavily pressured pond, so it is more challenging to catch fish here than if I'm fishing somewhere else. So I'm gonna get the chessie on and get my rods rigged up, and we'll see if these Google lures actually work. Okay guys, these are the two baits for the day. I have a Googan Squad square bill, and then I also have a Googan Squad zinger. In the vein of the Google search, I'm gonna throw these baits around and we'll see if the fall baits work. I'm gonna make a cast with the spinner bait off this point. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whew. Jesus. That scared the crap out of me, guys. In a place where there's gators, man, stuff flying out of the bank is like not it. Oh my gosh. All right, since the ducks spooked this whole spot, I'm gonna go cast over here and throw it off this side of the bank. Generally speaking, if I'm throwing two rods, I'm not throwing two of the same style of baits. That way you can kind of figure out a place better, and you throw like a moving bait with like a Texas rig. Throwing two moving baits, you don't know if the Texas rig is gonna work. Jesus, I just saw something giant hit the surface over there. Yep. First fish of the day, guys. It is a freaking dink. But man, oh man, that's the fastest I've caught a fish in this pond. That is the first fish of the day on the fall style baits. Google seems to have worked so far, so let's get him released. I know it's a dink, but always exciting to catch a fish, especially this early on a high pressure pond. Let's go, guys. Throw him back in. As always, the dink backflip. There he goes. Okay guys, first impression of the Googled fall baits. So far so good. I already caught a dink on the crankbait. That's honestly the fastest I've ever caught a fish in this pond. So I'm gonna keep these baits on and we'll see if we catch some more fish. Feeling pretty good about today, and actually pleasantly surprised about the Google results. Okay guys, let's make our way down that bank and see if we get any bites. I am very aware of a snag in here, so I'm gonna set the crankbait down for now and throw the spinner bait in hopes to avoid that freaking snag. I must have lost 3 baits on the snag every time I fish here. Okay, let's go back into this corner. There's a couple laydowns in there that they put in there purposefully, and I saw a giant get caught right in this corner on fish brain. So maybe our luck will be good over here. Look at this, guys. Someone had a good time with a Victoria beer. I don't get why you leave your freaking beer cans out. Just pick up your trash, guys. Okay, guys. One of the better areas in the whole pond. This bush that sticks out, and then there's rocks right here. So I'm gonna throw around here for quite a while, and hopefully we can pick one off. The water level in this pond is a lot higher than it was the last time I fished. We've just gotten a ton of rain. Okay, let's get a little closer to the bank here. Throw around these rocks. I'm gonna keep my rod tip down till the bait gets really deep. Okay, so what I'm gonna do with this spinner bait is cast it out and let it sink all the way to the bottom. And I'm gonna slowly bring it in along these rocks. And maybe I can entice a bass that way. Okay, I think it's on the bottom, so now let's slowly reel it in. Yep. Fish. What the heck? It's a crappie. That's awesome, guys. I called it too. I knew those fish were just deeper than that crankbait could go on those rocks. Whoa, whoa. Dropped them. Look at that, guys. Didn't even know there were crappie in this pond. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna get this guy released. There he goes. Talk about calling a fish right there. I knew that crankbait wasn't getting deep enough for the spot, so I threw the spinnerbait out, let it get all the way to the bottom, and I hooked him. So far, the Google baits really work. Wasn't expecting them to be this good in this pond. So let's keep fishing, guys. Let's keep grinding it out and see if we can catch something else. Okay, guys, so this is a pond that is directly behind the pond I was just fishing. And it looks like the bank's a little more rocky, so I'm gonna stay on that pattern. Throw the square bill around and throw the spinnerbait around, and we'll see if we can catch a bass. Uh-oh, guys. That might be the end of the Guggen Squad crankbait. I was gonna avoid getting in this tall grass, but it looks like I have no option. Got it. Whew. Let's go. Okay, guys, that's always the strategy if you lose a bait. You always want to kind of reel your rod tip up to it and then push against the bait and you'll get it undone. But I'm glad I didn't lose that thing. This was my only yellow crankbait. Oh no. Whoa, how the hell did I get that out? Okay, guys, I made it over to the third pond of the day. I'm gonna throw this spinnerbait around. It looks like there's a lot of fish movement right in front of me. And we'll see if there's a bass that wants to bite. Ooh. Fish just hit it right there, guys. Literally right there. We'll see if he comes back for it. Oh, he hit it again. Why isn't he getting it? Ah. That might be the end of that. Oh, dang it. All right, guys, I'm sitting in the car because it's like crazy windy right now and the audio is like terrible. But I just lost the square bill and I'm actually gonna tie on something else. But in the theme of the video, I'm gonna Google that bait and see if that bait works. So we're gonna change the Google up a little bit. Here I got best baits for October. Now I'm gonna Google best baits for the fall. Okay, so spinner baits, swim baits, crank baits. So I've tried those baits in that vein. Topwater walking baits, I would try that, but because of the wind and also the time of the day, I don't think I should try a topwater bait. So the next thing is a jig. So let's tie on a jig and throw it out in this pond and we'll see if we can catch something. Another caveat to this is somehow they stocked trout in this pond, and I'm in Texas, and trout is not a fish that should be in Texas at all. I'm gonna put on a jerkbait and maybe I'll hook a trout. They stocked the trout in here on Wednesday, and there's a ton of people fishing in this area for trout, so keep that in mind. If you see me throwing the jerkbait, it's because I'm trying to catch a trout. It's not because it's within the theme of the video. So far, so good, guys, on these Google baits, and I think it might be a legitimate strategy for you guys to go out and catch fish if you don't really know a lot about fishing. So stay tuned, guys. I'm gonna get the chesty back on, ignore the wind noise, and let's see if we can catch a trout or another bass. Okay, guys, it is freaking windy, but I got a jig tied on. It's a football head jig with a crawl trailer. So I'm gonna throw it back over here where I saw those fish jumping and see if maybe we have any luck on it. This thing I can bomb, by the way. Okay, guys, good sign. No garbage on the jig. So let's put that back up, and I'm actually gonna throw for the trout with this little jerkbait, and we'll make a couple casts with that, and who knows? I could be a trout Texas angler. Okay, guys, I'm gonna throw the jerkbait first in case there's any trout in this area. I might hook one and see if whoa, ducks, man, holy cow, they scare me. I'm gonna throw the jerkbait first so I don't spook the trout if they are in this area, and then I'll throw the jig around here. I'm on the other side of the pond, and it's a lot less windy, so that's good. Holy cow, guys. I mean, look at this. Some people just do not care at all about their freaking fishing spots. I mean, look at this, guys. This is ridiculous. Don't litter. I mean, there's probably at least 30 beer cans around here. It's just the worst thing you could do. Okay, guys. This is another confident spot in this pond. Really deep bank. I'm over towards the deeper part of the pond. Maybe there's some cruising trout. It's also relatively easy to cast through here, so let's see. Gonna start off with the jerkbait in hopes of enticing one of those mysterious Texas trout. And if that happens, I might freak out. Okay, guys, last spot in this, or last cast in this spot, and I'm gonna go over to the money spot, and then we're gonna call it a day. Uh-oh. That's the end of the jig. Dang it. Okay. Well, that is going to wrap up the video. I think we proved that you can show up to a fishing spot, Google something that's a little related to your conditions or your time of year, use those baits and catch a fish. I think today's video was a success. We caught a bass on the square bill and then a crappie on the spinner bait. Would have liked to catch some more bass on the jig, but you know, we didn't get it done. Next time you guys are fishing and you can't catch anything, maybe just try Googling what to throw. I know it sounds pretty stupid, but a lot of times it'll work. Anyways, if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I will catch you guys next time.